Greetings. What's going on, homie? So, Connected Camping is finally coming back, and as usual, I will be hosting. And brand identity is important. So, this shit gotta go. You know, I got my nails done, and speaking of nails, I think I might get into nail paint. I'm thinking about it. Just as like you know, every so often, the way you express yourself through art changes. And, I'm not going to say Lil Yachty didn't inspire me. I saw an interview of him talking about his new nail paint line. And, I like the perspective that he brought to it. Like, just like how, you know, an artist will paint on a canvas, our nails are a canvas, and we are artists. And we paint them however we want to express ourselves. So yeah, it's a thought. It's a thought that's on my mind. But I'm on my way to get my hair cut. But what's interesting is that the barber that I'm going to, I kind of like haven't been to him in like maybe like 7 months, cause he kind of played me last time, but that was last year. And everything that happened to me that I didn't think was fair or anything that I had a grudge against, like at the beginning of this year, the gift that I wanted to give myself was forgiveness. So all is forgiven, and I can't deny his talent. So yeah, I'm going to Greg to get my hair cut. So what do we think? So this is how I normally look. Y'all, you've been looking at me. You've been looking at rough me for some weeks now. You know, and that's not my regular standard look. So, you know what I mean? It's giving. It's giving. It's giving. Snack. Hey, friend, what's up? So, I'm waiting for Dane and Shari to come pick me up for Connected Camping. But, while I wait, I wanted to show you my portfolio site because it's finally done. Because, I'm graduating soon. And a part of my graduation requirements, and even if I wasn't in school, but it's something that you should have regardless. If you're a creative and you're an artist that makes things, you should have a portfolio, which is, for those of you who might not know, because I can't just assume. So portfolio site is pretty much a hub where all of the things that you have done lives. So if you're a video director, all of the music videos that you've done that you love would live there. If you're a photographer, all of your favorite photo shoots and brands and artists that you've worked with would go there. So me being a producer and art director, the work that I'm gonna put on there is all of the things that I have produced and played the role of art director for. So it's said to have from five five to seven pieces. Like anything more than 10 is too much. You're overdoing it because most recruiters, they spend about 2 minutes on your shit anyway. So you put in mad pieces of work, putting 20 pieces of work, like they ain't even about to look at all 20. So basically the approach that I took was, out of all the things that I've done in my life, what are the top 7 things that I'm the most proud of? So that's what I did. I chose the things that I'm most proud of, and that shows me being a producer and an art director. So yeah, I'm gonna walk you through the site and show it to you, and tell me what you think, because This is gonna be the site that gets me hired. Here we are. This is the front page of my website, and it's called By Cherie. And the first thing you see is what I'm about, because I want the recruiter to know coming in, like as soon as you walk through the door, you know what's up. So, creating tasteful stories and producing impactful art that makes a difference is something that is very important to me, and I care a lot about, having substance and having meaning and being intentional about what you do and being intentional about why you're doing it and who, is going to receive it. So this statement exemplifies just that. Going the distance and paying attention to every detail, that's what I'm about. Yes, I'm very much so. If you work with me, if we happen to collab somewhere, down the line, I'm very much so attention to detail. Like, I am the type to be like, that chair is 2 inches too far to the left. Like I am that guy to be anal about the small things. But I feel like a creative who makes the small things big deals are really good creatives, like it all matters, paying attention to detail. It matters. So as soon as you come to the site, I'm telling you what I'm about. So scrolling down, I'm telling you exactly what I am, which is a producer and non-traditional art director. And if you've seen the previous chapters of My Life on Blast, you know why and how we came to the conclusion of being a non-traditional art director. But if you're new here, the reason why I am claiming the title of non-traditional art director, because art director in the traditional sense of how the marketing industry, perceives it is, you got to be able to design and you got to have strong design chops, like building websites, making banners, all of that shit. And I am not heavy on graphic design. Now, can I design? Yes. Now, can I design, at the 10th degree of, amazingness? No. I don't have amazing graphic design skills. But that doesn't mean that I don't have a mindset and vision to create a dope graphic design. Like, if you give me a dope graphic designer, we're gonna make some dope ass shit. So I have designs and concepts all day long, but physically doing the actual hard skill of designing, I would be lying if I said mine is amazingly strong. So because of that graphic design aspect, I would say that I'm a non-traditional art director. But I will not say I'm not an art director, because that is what I do. I'm really good at executing the idea and assembling a really good team to get it done. So moving right along, got some photography here with the message behind it. Here I say, I question the vision my mind wants me to see. Moving too fast, stillness is clarity. And I took this image on an artist retreat, and as you can see, there's this beautiful countryside here in the back, and this car is moving mighty fast, and it's kind of like in the way. And sometimes in life, we be moving too fast to even notice the beauty in things, or even to catch the message in something. So I firmly believe that there's a lot of clarity that can come in stillness. And as humans, sometimes we just be moving too fast, and I encourage you to slow down, have a moment of clarity by being still, because if things are moving and you're moving as well, like it's hard to notice like what needs to, you know, be iterated because you're on the go, you're moving too, you know. So the moral of the story is slow down so you can see the beauty and the message of things. The next image here is one that I took on set of another shoot. So it says, if the devil wears Prada, do fallen angels have a heart? So as you can see, there are two angels here, and you can't see what, like the way they're dressed, but the reflection kind of shows it. But these two ladies were dressed up as fallen angels, and they were standing together holding hands, and like it made this heart shape. And as soon as I saw it, I was just like, oh my gosh, I gotta capture this. And it just made me wonder about like fallen angels. Like, do they have a heart? You know, if the devil is said to wear Prada, do fallen angels have a heart? You know, because they're supposed to be the heartless. But as we can see here, these two fallen angels have created a heart. So are they heartless? You know, that's pretty much what that photo is about, is just, you know, challenging the idea of what Satan and the devil and what fallen angels are, and are they really heartless, you know, because they once were in heaven, and heaven is a place of love. Then we have another image. The creative adult is a child who survived, and this is pretty simple. I believe that my creativity comes from my inner child, and the moment my inner child dies, my creativity goes with it. So yes, I am a creative adult because I never let my inner child die. And that's why, you know, no matter how old I get, I'll still have my quirks, I'll still be a little silly, you know, because that's my way of keeping that nostalgia, you know. So this is where, you know, I toot my horn a little bit and show who I've worked with. And innovation is only a call away. You know, hit me up, my direct line. Then we got my resume. Got my resume here, home, and then about me and the work. So, and all of this is also mobile friendly, so it looks exactly the same on your mobile device, which is very important. When you're making your portfolio, optimize it for mobile, because that's where we at in society. You know, we on our phones. So if a recruiter is looking at your portfolio site on their phone and your site is just too busybody with animations and things moving around, like now you done just decreased, you know, the percentage of you getting that opportunity, because now it's like you got too much going on, like on to the next, you know. So the idea of this front page was for it to be eye-catching and attention-grabbing. That was my whole thing. One, I wanted to make a non-traditional portfolio site. And two, I wanted it to be eye-catching and thought-provoking. So let's go to the work. Oh, and here's another thing. It's for your own portfolio site, it's important that you have this at the bottom. Like, have the navigation at the bottom. As you can see, I have it at the top and I have it here at the bottom. So, you know, if you're on your mobile device and you're going through the pages, you can easily go back home, or you can easily go back to the first page of, you know, where all the work is displayed. So just for easy navigation purposes, it's good to have it at the top and at the bottom. And minimalism was a thing here too, like just keeping it simple, you know, just simple but potent. So these are images that I took as well. So once again, I was going for eye-catching and thumb-stopping. Earlier I said thought-provoking, but I meant to say thumb-stopping. Cutting edge ideas are only a call away, so hit me up. So, Glass Frequency is a music concert at its highest frequency that I started here in Atlanta, Georgia, that is inspired by UK culture. I went to London, I caught that vibe, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta bring this to the A, because they gotta feel this and they gotta hear this and experience what I experienced. So Glass Frequency is a curated multicultural concert experience bringing the sounds of the United Kingdom to Atlanta, specializing in UK garage, house music, Guam, Afrobeat. It's all under one roof in a state where trap music is the popular sound. So it's like, I like to create glitches because I feel like a lot of the things that impact and shift culture are the things that create glitches. That's just like a whoa, this shouldn't be happening here, or who would have thought to, conjure up this concoction. So yeah, this is the South's official London Exchange and go-to platform for international acts, and it's gonna be one of the first things I do coming out of school is bringing this back and reactivating it. So yeah, this is Glass Frequency. Oh yeah, we did bring DJ Lag out. That was crazy. So yeah, that's Glass Frequency. And as you can see, I just click here and go right back to the work homepage. So I'll go into songwriting and music production, and these are all of the vibes that I have put out over the years. 2 EPs, handful of singles. Before We Dance is the first project that I put out. The next EP after that I put out was Songs About Her, and the story behind that is I'm a hopeful romantic, not a hopeless, and I believe that I will find the one for me one day, and I also believe in the power of manifestation and the law of attraction. So I figure maybe if I make songs about her, I'll attract her and my soulmate will manifest. So yeah, Songs About Her exist, and I also put out a few singles, and these, I do have more music, but this is just like the cream of the crop. Like, that's the whole thing about this site, is about picking the cream of the crop. So instead of putting everything that I've ever done, I'm just putting my favorite things that I've ever done, to where if you press play on this, I know without a shadow of a doubt you're gonna like it and you're gonna be impressed. So my favorite, most impressive things is what I put on here. Now also, as you can see, I have navigation added here too. So like, this is important to have on your portfolio site. It's like the work pages should link to the next one. So I don't have to go back to the front page. I could just go to the next one. So the Wacky Deli is the foundation of my whole journey. That's where it started. Like, if it wasn't for the Wacky Deli, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And during the time of its activeness, it was one of the top sites in Atlanta because it wasn't a lot of media outlets in Atlanta at the time. So by default, we had The Wave. And it was a blog site for R&B music and hip hop. That's what it started as. And then as it grew, it just transitioned into also, being a place for art and fashion as well. So what started out as a simple desire to introduce people to dope-ass music and breathtaking art turned into the foundation of my creative career. And that's what the person who you see today was built off of. So that's the Wacky Deli. I did interviews with Kendrick, Mac, Alan Stone, Icona Pop, Currency, Wale, the list goes on. So yeah, this is my pride and joy, my baby, and it was the start of everything. So moving right along, we got Real Friends. This is also really important to me. This was an art exhibit and day party that blended art, music, and technology. I like art, I'm into tech, and I love music. And I know sometimes the tech world doesn't always blend. Like, people who are really into tech might not give a fuck about R&B, or they might not give a fuck about this artist. But because you like tech, you're gonna be attracted to come. But then when you get here, you get exposed to this dope ass art and this dope ass music, and vice versa, and it's just a cluster. Like, it's just a nice melting pot of dope ass shit. So yeah, it's about creating cultural value and being a platform of discovery, because even as an attendee, all of this stuff is like new. So it's like you leave knowing about this dope artist, this dope music, and this tech that will be useful for you. So yeah, that's Real Friends. Moving right along is my film photography, and that's self-explanatory. I aim to capture moments worth saving and share unique perspectives of my human experience. And that's what I go for when I'm shooting as a photographer. I'm just looking for a moment that's worth capturing. Like, when I'm at Connected Camping, like, I'm looking for those moments where it's like, ooh, emotion is happening. And for like my weirdo abstract stuff like this, that's just me showing my human experience from my perspective, So got some portraits, some abstract things. Then we get to the short films. A mother's perspective, a London perspective, then we have a post perspective, and here's a little secret. If you're still watching this and you've reached this point, a post perspective is an unreleased film that I shot last year that is still currently unreleased, but it is unlisted on YouTube. But the only way that you can watch it, and the only way you're gonna find it, is if you go to my portfolio site. So yeah, there's a little what do they call those in video games when you find fuck it. Let's just say there's a little treasure on my site. Easter egg. That's what the word I was looking for. Easter egg. So here's a little Easter egg on my site. If you go there, you'll be able to see a post perspective which is unreleased, and I don't know when it's going to be released, but you can watch it here on my website. Black Waffle is the only project that I included from school. Like, throughout my whole 2-year process of going to school for art direction at Miami Ad School, I did a myriad of projects, and the only one that I actually care about, that I feel could, like, all the ideas that I came up with throughout school were good, but like, it wasn't good enough for me to claim it. It was just like, I'm just doing the assignment and doing what's asked of me, but I don't truly believe in this like that. Like, it's just like, here you go, But this one, I fucked with. And the brief was to create a summer sandal sale. And I came up with the idea of Black Waffle. We make hot sandals to keep your feet looking cool. And this is a mock-up of what it would look like. And what's cool about Black Waffle is on the bottom of each sandal. The design is basically a waffle cone texture. And now put yourself in the scenario of like you being a business owner who really likes ice cream and wears sandals all the time. So it's like, oh, let me blend those things together. We love ice cream and sandals, so we started Black Waffle, an urban sandal company for the street fashion and hypebeast enthusiast. So here's a little, more detail of what the bottom looks like. And all of this is spec work. This is what the packaging would look like. So I thought it'd be really cool if the sandals came in a ice cream wrap type of package, just to further the story. The pop-up shop tour. So basically, we're gonna trick out an ice cream truck, and we're gonna go on a multi-city brand activation. So we're gonna pimp out an ice cream truck with our signature branding, and we're gonna hit the hottest cities like Miami, Atlanta, and California. And pretty much you buy a pair and you get a waffle cone. And imagine this being matte black paint job with gold wire Dayton rims. So I didn't know how to mock that up to that extent. So this is the closest I got without it looking, crunchy. Because I could have, mocked it up and put the Daytons on there, but it would look crunchy, and I wanted to be clean and concise. So yeah, that's all of the work that I have on here. These are the 7 things that I'm super proud of, and I feel exemplify my ability to produce and art direct, because all of these things take an art director and producer to pull off. So about me, honestly, I kept the about me simple. I'm still figuring it out, but honesty is my policy. And I say honesty is my policy because if you've been watching my life on Blast, you know that I'm as open as it gets, And I feel like if you are just honest and own your shit, everything would be okay. So my links, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, yada yada. But the reason why I kept my about me so short and sweet and simple is because if you watch this video and you explore my work and you read, what my hidden agenda is, and what my whole angle and end goal is, by the time you get here, you know exactly who I am. If you explore this site well enough, you know who I am. So I felt like I didn't need to say much. So my hidden agenda is paying it forward, is the mission. I'm an advocate for creatives, and I believe that artists shouldn't die broke. I have one too many times seen brilliant minds being on couches and just in fucked up financial positions, and I'm like, damn, bro, you're brilliant. You should be getting money off of your talent because you are talented. So I'm an advocate for artists. I'm pro creatives, and I know firsthand what it feels like to be discouraged because the struggle is distracting. It's hard to create when it's you're, one, not gaining anything from it, and 2, you're like, fuck, I'm hungry and I only have $5, and I'm on a nigga couch. That, the struggle doesn't always make you go harder. Sometimes it just be like, fuck this shit, So I want to help minority creatives and artists be in more lucrative positions and turn their coins into their passions and their creativity into coins. No, I said it wrong. I want to help creatives turn their creativity into coins and their passions into passive income. That's what I meant to say. And I'm not going to edit that shit either. It's going to stay. We doing this in one take. Being a struggling creative shouldn't be a common narrative, and this is an issue that I have a vendetta against, but I have to fill my cup so I can pour into you. In order for me to help you, I got to put myself in position. So in order to change the life of others, I got to change mine first and be in a place of influence and power where I can make decisions, you know? So this is why it's important for me to have my own production company and creative marketing agency. So I can put dope ass creatives in position and produce, projects that compel you to feel something. Like when you book by Cherie, of course it's gonna start with just me, but like the way I see it is like whenever you book by Cherie, it's not just me. It's me and this dope ass collective of great thinkers that I have. So it's like basically, let's say the Super Bowl commercial is produced by Cherie. It's me and a team of fire ass creatives, but because I'm the lead art director, I'm like, I'm the one that's in the field and talking to Sprite and talking to Toms and talking to Yeezy about the idea and the concept and what we're gonna do. And because of the relationships that I've cultivated, I can now, meet XYZ creative from New Hampshire and be like, yo, I see what you doing. Come over here. Let me get you together with Sprite. So yeah, that's my hidden agenda. And it's important that you show your personality, like outside of your work and the standard things. It's also important that you show a little bit of your personality on your portfolio site. So like if you're a stand-up comedian or if you are a seamstress and you got dope clothes, like show that, show that, because it gives you more color as a candidate to be hired. So what I put is my life on blast, which is what you're watching right now. And it's me doing exactly what the title says, putting my life on blast and allowing you to see the back end of my life. This is what happens behind the curtains. Like, I don't know what happens next, but every day is a new chapter. And I appreciate you for being on this journey of self-discovery and creative entrepreneurship with me. Like, who knows? I might be at Revolt or Translation 2 months from now. Like every day that I put out a new episode of my life on blast is a historical timestamp. Like, let that be known that each episode is a historical timestamp. And as I grow and as we grow and as the story continues to develop, we're gonna look back and be like, damn, that shit crazy. So that is my site. Oh, Muse Me. Forgot about this one. So I like to be a muse and I like to be in front of the camera and I like to model. And I'm showing them that. So, like I said, I'm a non-traditional art director. Like, your traditional art director is not doing this. Like, they're doing this, but not as the muse, So, not only am I art director, but I'm an art director with a personality, Like, I can be on the team to produce the show or actually be in the show, And that's the difference between me and them. I can be behind or in front of the camera. Either which way it go, we're gonna make something that's impactful and that's of substance. So that's by Cherie.xyz. This is my portfolio site and what I've been working on. I did make this on Squarespace, but I don't recommend that you use Squarespace because there's a bunch of other ones that are really good. Off the top, Webflow, Cargo.site, and the third one, I would say, hold on, let me go to my bookmarks because I bookmarked them. Yeah, so Webflow, Carbon Made, Fabric.io, that's a good one too. So Fabric.io, Cargo.site, and Webflow. Those are the three I recommend. But I used Squarespace because it was easy and it was quick and I wanted to have my shit done now. That's why I went with Squarespace. But to stand out and to have really dope shit, use the three that I just told you because they allow you to do that. You know, they allow you to turn up. So, and their sites are faster. It moves quicker because it's like a HTML site, and this is not. This is like a different type of JavaScript, so it don't be loading as fast. But the reason why I went with XYZ and not .com is because the XYZ leans into me being a multi-dimensional creative. It leans into me being a producer and non-traditional art director, because as a producer I'm going to produce many things and not just one thing. So XYZ just leans into me being a variety of things. So yeah, that's my portfolio site. The By Cherie store is coming soon, and I'll tell you about that later.